This is a reading of Brenda's blog titled, Pulling Up Your Significant Other. Dear ones, likely your significant other is not at the same frequency or emotional place as you for several reasons, including their need to help you understand how far you have evolved. They are not you, yet they encouraged you to become new you. Perhaps that last statement seems convoluted, for you do not yet understand their role in supporting you. Part of that role was encouraging you to caretake them emotionally until you understood that some of those interactions were not healthy. So it is you're aware of their supposed failings. Yet they created those issues to help you move further into your new you role. In a sense, they gave you a leg up to the higher levels of your being. It is now your turn to pull them up when they are ready to shift beyond 3D or 4D. If you feel content despite misgivings about your partner's caretaker roles or other interactions that indicate they are not yet functioning at the 5D level, there is a reason you are with them. You two created an agreement that you would move up the frequency ladder with their help. And once you achieved a certain level, your energy would help them achieve the same or something similar. There are no accidents. It is likely your partner has somewhat different interests than you and always has. Despite that interest, their being comforts you in ways you cannot describe. You two were meant to help one another, likely because of an agreement before birth in this lifetime, and after many interactions in other times and places. You agreed to evolve more rapidly than them with their support, and they agreed to wait until you felt emotionally strong enough to support them once they were ready to move beyond 3D. Many of you are now discovering your partner is changing rapidly. Do you remember when you first discovered that former friends and relatives were irritating or no longer interesting enough to interact with? And how often we of the universes had to support you as you tested and were often frightened by those new feelings? So it is now for your significant other. Your significant other does not understand why the waves of love they once felt for a certain friend or relative no longer happen, or that they are irritated by that friend or relative. Change is almost always uncomfortable for humans, and most definitely for 3D humans. So, your partner fears that a certain person no longer loves them. Of course, you, the more advanced partner, know that individual or individuals in question likely never created a true emotional bond with your significant other. Such was also true for you, as you discovered some time ago. Once the 3D niceties, caretaking, and pretenses were removed from those relationships, some of your previous interactions held little for you. So it is now for your significant other. The difference is, you only had us of the universes to fret to, for it initially felt so wrong for you to disconnect from those you once cared for or loved. So it is now for your significant other. Your role in this piece of their transition is to love them, which is their step up to the next transition level. They are not alone, for you are with them, just as they once performed the same role for you. By providing love for your significant other, you are doing more for this global transition than you thought possible. Your significant other will encourage others to jump to the next frequency level, or to remain where they are and find another 3D being to replace your significant other. So it will go until the Earth is much more heavily populated with those beyond a 3D than those who refuse to step up to the next level. The transition is no longer a game. It is a life-changing time for us, all those once close to you, to either evolve or remain where they are in 3D. Something you experienced time and again throughout your transition. The same is now likely happening to your significant other. If you continue to be content and peaceful with your significant other relationship, you will offer them the step up you two agreed upon before your birth in this lifetime. Your significant other also achieved skill after skill preparing for this particular life. It was merely a coin toss as to which of you two would transition first. Your significant other is now likely indicating they are ready for you to pull them up to the next level. Even though some of you might eventually flit to different relationships, now all is as it should be, including your relationship with your significant other. So be it. Amen. How many people around the world are having this exact problem? How many people have you spoken to, read comments from, participating groups with? How many people have discussed this very same kind of thing? If there was one thing that wasn't unique about our experience, about many people's experience, it was that so many were in a relationship where one person was evolving and the other hadn't chosen to and perhaps was extremely resistant. So I'm really curious to see how this will play out for people over time, because it will take time for it to unfold. Anyway, things to think about. And perhaps it may not affect you directly at this point. But you may also be able to look around and recognize how it is affecting others. And for the time being, we basically just keep on keeping on, don't we?